Good morning, everyone. Mimi here from Az'uel's Connections. I know it has been a couple of weeks since everybody has heard from me, but I had to take some time out to recoup and deal with life as it happens. I suffered a loss that was major to me, and I needed to take some time to get through that process. So today I'm here to tell everybody one, just because we are counselors, life coaches, psychologists, doctors, nurses, we are human too. So I want you all to know that we go through things just as much as you go through things. And now I'm here to talk to everyone about grieving, right? For the last few months, we have been at a time where we were at a loss all over the world in regard to the COVID-19. And then we had deaths happen of 3 people in the United States because of the color of their skin. So the whole entire United States, the whole entire world has begun to grieve the loss of these people. Losses that we were not expecting, losses that were not fair, losses that continue to happen over time and time. And I want everybody to know that it is okay to be angry if you know the person. It is okay to be angry if you didn't know the person. It is okay to be sad. It is okay to mourn. It is okay to grieve. There are 5 stages of the grieving process. They never go in order. Everybody goes through different stages of grieving. Sometimes some people don't even reach all the stages of the grieving. Okay, we have stage 1, which is denial. We have stage 2, which is anger. 3, bargaining. 4, depression. And 5, acceptance. As I said, everybody doesn't go through all these stages at the same time, and some people do not ever reach any of these stages. When we think about loss, we're never really prepared for the loss of someone, whether it is by death or whether it is by a breakup or whether it is by making a decision to not have to be someone's friend. So typically when you're in the denial stage, it's your first reaction of the situation, right? When you found out about the illness or you found out about something that made you have to cut off that relationship or that illness, that relationship or that person, or you found out that the person passed. This is a stage where reality has not set in yet, and it's actually our defense mechanism, and when we don't really accept the reality of the situation. The next stage is anger. This is the stage when we get mad, right? Reality is starting to set in. You're mad at yourself because you should have done something different. You're mad at yourself because you should have done something more. You're mad at the person because they should have done different. You're mad at the doctors who should have done more. And sometimes you don't want to be bothered with people, or you deny yourself interactions with other people because you need to take that time to really process everything that is going on. The next stage is bargaining, right? This is typically a normal reaction that happens when you feel helpless and vulnerable with a situation and you really can't control it no matter what you do. This is the time when we start wishing someone could have done more before, like we did with our anger, right? This is the time where we talking to God or our higher power or someone, trying to figure out how we could change things or what we could have done different, or Lord, please don't let this happen to me again. Okay. Also, depression. Depression is a time where it can happen in 2 stages. The first stage is typically if you are preparing for the funeral service or the arrangements or the possible death of someone, or just preparing to attend the services or to see them at the hospital in the conditions that you're not used to seeing them in. The second stage is the stage where you begin to prepare and adjust for the loss of this person, whether it's by death, whether it's by having to break up, whether it's by cutting off the friendship. Beginning to adjust to how are you going to live life without this person that you're used to having around or used to being with. And this is the stage where typically you need a big hug. You need support and love from your friends and your family that are around you to try to help you get through. The last stage is the acceptance stage. This is the stage that some people may never ever reach. Death and a loss is something that is always sudden and unexpected. We don't never prepare to lose someone that we love, whether it's by death or whether it's by having to cut off a friendship. This is the stage where happiness may not ever return, okay? You may accept the loss, you may accept the death, and you may continue to learn how to live without this person, but it doesn't mean that you will never be sad again. It doesn't mean you will never hurt again. It does not mean that you will not be angry again. It just means you have accepted the term and the conditions of losing someone that you love, and you're continuing to live life without them, but it doesn't mean you'll never hurt again. Some people never ever reach past the anger stage or the denial stage, and that is okay. It is okay again at this time in the world to be angry, to be upset, to speak how you feel, to hurt. Everybody doesn't deal with things the same way. This is not a time for us to judge people for the way that they are dealing with things, how they handle things. Everybody has their own way of dealing things. As I explained before, I just suffered a loss, and it's actually my 7th loss since COVID has started, and I cope differently with every loss that I experience. My last loss was someone very close to me. He was like a father to me. So I have been kind of low key and taking some time to myself to really process that. I try to remember the good times that I had with him. I try to remember the things that he taught me as a child that plays a major role into who I am as a person today. But it doesn't take away the loss of not being able to call him, not being able to see him, and all those other things that I experienced. Why? Because I'm human. We are all human, and we all go through things, and we all get through things. So I just want to send my love to everybody out there in the world and let you know that I am thinking of you, and I'm still here if you need to talk or you need some ways to help you cope with things that are going on in this world right now, or things that may be going on in your personal life. And I will be talking to you guys soon. Don't forget, follow me on YouTube. If you follow me on Instagram, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Az'uel's Connections. Have a fantastic day today, everyone. Talk to you soon.